planets of fate, loving search for the lost servant. Srila Maharaj, very beautiful writing here. I have to. One can learn the truth only by submission, or submissively approaching and inquiring from those who have seen and experienced the truth. And by rendering service to them, one becomes initiated into transcendental knowledge. So what is required? Pranipad, submission and seva, service. Then the inquiry will be bona fide. Otherwise it is a false transaction. It may have no value. It may all be waste of energy. Genuine faith does not allow us to think ourselves at liberty to do anything and everything. If it is a real transaction, there must be some guidance from above. So Shraddha, faith, is the most important thing for a devotee. So when one develops faith, he will do anything to approach the higher subjective realm. One who has one who has faith wants to connect with that higher substance, which is composed of eternity. Knowledge and bliss. Faith moves in consideration of existence, knowledge and love. When these three main points are realized, our existence is fully satisfied. Faith asks us to approach the higher world, not the lower, and to think in every way Krishna is superior. He is our guardian and well-wisher. He is the basis of faith. So we have to approach the higher world, not the lower, and to think in every way Krishna is superior. He is our guardian and well-wisher. This is the basis of faith. If we have not this faith, then it is very difficult to surrender or to go forward towards eternity. The rationalists are always searching with their scientific brains for different ways to utilize and comment the things they have discovered in their research. But faith is concerned with a substance far higher, in all respects, than even the searcher himself. So one who is an inquirer about the higher substance must inquire with what is generally known as faith. So in Bhakti, in our process, what we are trying to follow, faith is very important, if not the most important thing. So, but faith in whom, in what? So there have to develop faith in the beginning that there is a second one, or there is one that's above us. And this person who is above us, He is all-powerful, omniscient. He is the creator, he is the destroyer, he is everything. He is the most loving person. And he can also be the most horrible experience we see this in this world. So everything is under his control. So when we develop this kind, or at least some tiny bit of this faith, there is someone who is above us, someone who has more power than us, someone who is controlling us. It is not I am the doer. We are just instruments of Maya, or we can be instruments of Krishna. This is, we can choose this both. So when we have not developed faith, we are just by our speculation. We want to try to understand, speculating about. Then there is no spiritual advancement possible. It is, we are moving in the material plane, the plane of birth and death. And we can make whatever technique we may use to understand what is beyond. It is not possible by our intellect, by with our mind, with our intellect. We cannot understand these things. There is faith is the most important thing, that there is someone who is above us. And then what is the next step? Surrender. Surrender, surrender. If we have tiny faith, then we should try to surrender. And, so what is surrender means? I am not the doer, I will not, I surrender to him. Whatever he wants, I try to satisfy him. In the best way I am capable to do service and please him. And this is a very important point to understand what Bhakti. What we are doing now. If we are thinking sincerely about ourselves, then we should come to the conclusion we are doing things in the name of Krishna, but we do it for ourselves. So I must have some pleasure there. But the higher devotee, they do not think of their personal things. They always think, how can I please him? Even if it's painful. Even they may even offer their life only that the Lord is happy. But they are not such persons who are ready to do this. They are not dying. There's no way. They already have attained the plane of eternity. So proper guidance is faith. In faith is also necessary, and that guidance is given the higher plane, by the higher plane. That must be the attitude of our inquiry or search. If we are to be successful, so Bhagavad Gita advises Pranipad Bali Prashna Sevaya, surrender, inquire and serve. In the Upanishad it is said, tat vichadhatam sakurum evapikachet samit bhani shotriyam brahmanishtam. To understand the absolute truth, one must approach a guru who is fixed in spiritual knowledge and well versed in the scripture. He must approach the guru being prepared for sacrifice. This is the general instruction of the Upanishads. Also Srimad Bhagavatam similarly advises us. Tasmat gurum prapatyeta jigyasu shre uttamam sadhe chanishnadhum brahmani upashammashrayam. One seriously inquisitive, he search for his highest prospect, should take complete shelter of a guru who has deep realizations of the Supreme Lord and the inner meaning of the scriptures. Such spiritual master have left aside all the relative considerations in favor of the supreme absolute consideration. We should be very attentive to these things. We should try to understand through self-searching whether we are really approaching divinity through faith. We must also see to it that our faith is real. Proper faith and credulity are not the same. Credulity. Faith, proper faith and sincerity or something is not the same. Whether one is a bona fide searcher with real faith or one whose faith is adulterated must be considered or must be considered. And there are symptoms of real faith. We have to consult higher authorities to guide us because faith is a most important thing. If we are searching for truth, we are dissatisfied with our present acquisition. We are taking a risk to jump into a higher prospect. We must therefore take guidance carefully. We must be attentive as far as possible. We are told that our present reason is not sufficient to help us, that more than reason, Shraddha is needed. And Shraddha also has its symptoms. Still, as far as possible, we shall apply our reason. When I first came to the mission, I thought, the transcendental truth that I hear from these devotees do not come within the clutches of worldly intelligence. But still, when I want to throw myself into that association, I shall use my reason and intellect as far as possible, understanding that I am going to jump into something which will be beyond my control, beyond my calculation. So we must carefully understand what Shraddha is. With guidance from saints, scriptures, and gurus. Very beautiful if one understands, if one can follow. Of course, even if we are going the right way, it is never certain that the path will be free from obstacles. Even if we are making progress, unexpected hindrance may trouble us and delay our advancement. So we see many around us falling or retreating. We must go forward. We should have the conviction to think that also many began with us on the path and are now going back. We shall have to go on. We shall have to strengthen our energy, go forward alone if necessary. Our faith should be so strong that we have the conviction to go on alone if necessary, and by the grace of our Lord cross whatever difficulties we find on our way. In this way we must make ourselves fit. We must develop exclusive devotion. Of course, we shall always try to find good association. Yet sometimes it may seem that there is no association, that we are alone. Still we must go on and search out the beacon light of the truth. Progress means eliminating one thing and accepting another. Yet we should be able to see that there are so many others who can help us in our progress in the line of dedication. We must go forward with our eyes open. And the scriptures describe many levels that we shall have to cross beyond in our progress. By eliminating the path of progress is shown from Brahma to Shiva to Lakshmi. At last Uddhava is shown to be superior to all. But it is his opinion that the gopis are the highest devotees. This is confirmed by Rupa Goswami. Kamibhya parito hari priyada trayat vyaktim yadi janinam tejo jnana vimukta bhakti paramaha parimanishta tata. Yes, a few lines more. This is from Upadeshamrita. There are those in the world who regulate their tendency for exploitation in accordance with the scriptural rules, thereby seek gradually elevation to the gradual domain. However, superior to them are those wise men who, having given up the tendency to lord over others, attempt to dive deep into the realm of consciousness. But far superior to them are the pure devotees, who are free from any mundane ambitions and are liberated from knowledge, not by knowledge having achieved divine love. They have gained entrance into the land of dedication and are engaged there spontaneously in the Lord's loving service. Among all devotees, however, the gopis are the highest, for they have forsaken everyone, including their families, and everything, including the strictures of the Vedas, and have taken complete shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna, accepting him as their only protection. But among all the gopis, Srimati Radharani reigns supreme for Krishna. For Krishna left the company of millions of gopis during that Ratha dance to search for her alone. She is so dear to Sri Krishna that The pond in which she bathes is his very favorite place. Who but a madman would not aspire to render service under the shelter of superior devotees in that most exalted of all holy places? This is a bathing place, Radhakund. We should never think that we have understood something about this Radhakund. Not the slightest thing. We are materialists. We have to start there. We are not traveling with the eyes, with the body. This is the very beginning. Radhakund is Radharani. We are not seeing a place of water, and it is Radharani personally. But we have not yet attained this level. As we spoke this this joke, I heard this, that the man has so many genes, Gene, nennt man das, genes? There's so many Gene. Ja. Und dann erwähnt er jetzt, die Frauen haben auch ein Gen. Ein Gen. Das ist nicht erforscht. Und ist unbegreiflich. Nicht? Ist das Einkaufen gehen. Und das Gen ist very visible when Westerners walk through the holy places. They're going with the eyes, going for getting something for the comfort or for whatever, for the belly. They are not seeing the real thing. The real thing is you can have been today in a place where you can, by association with such devotees, we can get the eyes to see real thing, our real eyes, not the eyes, what we call eyes. We cannot see Krishna, Radharani, Vrindavan, nothing we can see. It is just maybe for inner feeling we will have something, but we don't care for this. It's a very important thing to understand also. It's not for pleasing maybe, but we have to come. Like this parikrams is for beginners. Walking from place to place, hearing the story, but we're hearing only stories and seeing with his eyes. And I like to go only to Baba, to hear the kirtans and be close. I can see Radharani, we can see how beautiful and how merciful they are, Radha Govinda. But this you cannot see when you're at the beginning plane, at the beginning level. So, as I told many times, I was never attracted to see. I was all the places. I want to know Krishna. I want to know Radha Govinda. And I realized, I found I was so fortunate. Krishna gave me under the guide of my Gurudev. And I realized that wherever he is, there is Krishna, Radharani. So I like to, they invited me, come, go on parikram, and I have this ISKCON parikrams also I made. This was just a meeting, ladies and men, Westerners, you know. They were just complete material, no understanding of anything. It was just outside seeing, or like tourists. But I thought, I do not like this. I stay with my Gurudev. So a few times we go out, he always called me. I should come. Then we drive with this Jeep, son he had at this time, and then driver, and a few devotees, and I could also be there. We went out shortly, but I stay close to Gurudev because it's transcendental. It is, if I could choose to stay on Radhakund or to stay with a high-class devotee, pure devotee, who is in the mood, I would choose the devotee. Because through his mercy, I can see Radhakund everywhere. I can see Krishna everywhere. I don't have to go to Vrindavan, because he carries Krishna and Vrindavan with him. And this is what we have to go for. When we understand these things, then we have understood what is the essence, what we have to go for. Otherwise, we can do this for life after life, to travel all the places.
This is a little bit misrepresented, I feel, because Gurudev, except for the last years of his seniority, he always went to Parikrama, to the end of the 80s, and even sometimes devotees, they told him, you stay at home in the temple, and we do it ourselves, because he encouraged them to go. And then he said, one time they just left him and didn't take him, and he was really angry. Why didn't you take me? And the next day he sat outside and waited, so they cannot leave him back. So Gurudev was definitely very much in favor to set an example, to visit in the company of loving devotees, the holy places where
teaching them, yeah, because they were all beginners.
Yes, we are all beginners. Everybody is in a process, but you speak always about the Paramahansa stage. You just give us a little room and time to develop.
Yes, you do it anyway. I'm not speaking against it. It is. I always say this is for us beginners.
Yes. You discourage it. You in that sense, you present it very negatively. So this is my point. It is an instruction of Gurudev to do this. So even if you personally don't do it, this is cool, but you should encourage everybody to do it and not present it in a way which is...
I don't have to encourage anyone. You do it anyway.
Twist it again. Anyway, as you like. Sorry.
You have a problem.
Yes,
I tell
everyone
you.
has a problem. Maybe you also have a problem sometimes. Sorry.
Yes, this is good argument. Yeah.
Yes. It's you should not present everything so negative.
I
Take
see.
consciousness.
You do not know what negative and positive is. I tell you what the positive thing is. I tell you what Krishna expects. I tell you how you can attain him, how you can develop the eyes to see him, how you can make relation to him. And you tell me, Guru Maharaj, you think that Guru Maharaj went out that he gave them mercy to let them understand that it is not what you see with the eyes. It is not.
Definitely, he teach like this.
Yes. There's nothing else we do. Srila Maharaj, he's a negative. He sees everything negative. Whatever we read, I was just reading this.
Reading is no problem.
What is the problem?
Anyway, I'm a beginner, so I just.
And you know what?
You know, I hear other close devotees of Guru Maharaj, and they speak these things differently. So I just thought I made the point.
Yes.
Because we have to see.
You go to Sadhu Maharaj,
No,
you will.
we don't speak about Sadhu Maharaj. It's those devotees who stayed 35 years always with Gurudev. These devotees speak like this.
Yes. Yes, yeah, it's okay. I'm not.
I just feel it's you present a picture in one way which is fine, but it's not all the picture I find, and sometimes I don't.
I present this picture what you do not know, and I just want to give you a hint what direction it goes.
I appreciate your vision. I can really feel it is inspiring in that sense, but sometimes I feel you present it too negatively, so I need to express it somehow. Why not?
I know, it ist eine Verteidigung. Ja. Verteidigungsstellung. Don't touch my will, you know. What it it is the duty also of Gurudev that he agitates you. Otherwise we will not understand. Otherwise you have to go to Sadhu Maharaj in Vrindavan. Everything nice, you're so nice.
You cannot, you compare pears with apples, or not even.
Yeah, you don't find these things now. I'm just repeating what I read here. Do you offend Srila Maharaj?
No, you twist again things, sorry.
What you have against me? I'm just reading this.
Yeah, but what you read is complete, but then you speak about you say Guru Maharaj said, you should not go out for parikrama because...
I never said this. I never said this. I never said this. I said I feel more attracted to Gurudev, and I stayed with him because I had the feeling I want to know Krishna. And Guru Maharaj, he carries Krishna with him wherever he goes. And I feel, for me, it was an experience that wherever Gurudev was, I developed more transcendental vision. I am a beginner, also, and the last one. But my taste was like this, you know. My way was like this.
This is very nice. I mean, please don't take me wrong. I can see that you give a very good example of having faith in your guru and being very close with him. I really, this is...
Yeah, this is, you don't want this, huh?
No, I want this, but this is, you have a special, maybe you have a particular way how you came together with Guru Maharaj and got this access, you know, into his association. But this is, I really find this inspiring, really. But it's not possible for everybody in this way.
Definitely not. But I'm not speaking what is possible. I'm not speaking of the beginner. We are practical beginners. I want to give some vision how it could be, or how it, in what direction it goes. And it is not coming from me. I get confirmed what I'm reading. It is confirming. I would say the same thing.
I read this book regularly, so I know.
And you don't know.
I know I read this book regularly, and it inspires me very, very much.
Yes.
Whenever I read the book, it's like a revelation.
Yes.
Really, it's really beautiful. I can completely agree
yes.
on this.
But there's a big space between real liking and
yes, but because I'm
acting.
a beginner, so give me a little time and
we have not much time, but
we have a lot of time. We are eternal.
Okay, when you think like this, then I'm here to destroy this.
The understanding that we are eternal.
No, this is not good. It's not good to argue these things. This is what makes a little difference between temple in Vienna and the other temples, what ISKCON temple or whatever.
But you compare completely different things with what I spoke.
And here I'm speaking about spiritual life.
Yes, I try to do this too.
Yes, and how, if you don't hear, if not you hear this from these exalted saints, devotees, Gurudev, then how will you ever know what direction it goes? How will you ever know? You know, of course we have not attained this plane, but we should know what direction, and we should then reflect on where I am. And then the desire may come in you and say, how can I go there? What is how can I go? How can I make my connection with the pure devotee? How can I make connection with Radha, Govinda, or Gauranga, whatever? This is I see my duty like this, you know. And I have seen this I was living in India in the 90s. In ISKCON I was in the beginning, and I heard them speaking, the sannyasis, you know. They're speaking the same thing what the beginning, what Swami Maharaj, they're talking. They spoke ABC, you know. You do not this, you should not do this, and then follow this strictly and this. But I saw him, I know he was already, I think, 30, 40 years. When I joined, he was fresh sannyasi. I don't remember his name now. Now he's married in Thailand. His future. And I saw him speaking about it, and I realized what he's speaking, he is not himself not realized. He is not. He is bored. He is completely boring, and was after lecture he was sitting on the stairs, you know, and playing with small children. I saw that he is so bored and has no spiritual understanding. You think this is so easy to understand these things? It is hurting, and you may protest. You protest It's good, I have no problem with it. You beat me. If you make advancement, I am ready to tolerate everything. I am only here to explain and give this, what I have, a tiny piece, what I have understood. You may take or may not take, you know, this is another thing. But I'm not here for my personal. I was 20 years in a movement, and from the beginning on, they want me to speak. But I never want to speak. I did not dare to speak. I felt myself completely unqualified. Then Guru Maharaj said to go to West now and you make a temple and then you preach. And I thought, I know I cannot preach. I don't want to speak to anyone. I have no understanding. I'm unqualified. But I thought in another way, I have surrendered to the lotus feet of my Gurudev. If he says I should do it, I want to stay the rest of my life in India. I was nothing connection with Europe or with Austria. Everything was finished. And then he sent me back. But I had so much faith in Gurudev that I said, okay, if you want, I have nothing. No money, nothing, a small bag I had, some dirty clothing, this. And then, now I'm 26 years I came back from India. And now it is done not by me, anything. It is Guru Maharaj, I followed his lotus, his order. I try to surrender to him. I try to, what he told me, I try. This is, not everybody can do this in this way. I have, anyway, I'm still not qualified. I just do this because Guru Maharaj wants me to do this. And what I'm speaking is not coming from me. I always depending on what the great saints speak. Now I thinking like this, I am realizing a little bit what they're speaking, only by because I have no other chance. Otherwise my life would be better, I go away, you know. Otherwise there's some purpose. Guru Maharaj wants me to do this, and he said you should become 100 years old. That was a shock for me. I thought that 50 is enough for me. This is another approach, you know. But if you're not approached like this, we cannot surrender. We will not surrender. We will always do what I think what is right and what is wrong. And this is hurting, perhaps. It is not.
Not perhaps.
Sure. For me, this is pure nectar.
For me too. I mean, shit much. Pure nectar.
Yeah, I'm just speaking. What is it? A few words I give from my personal experience,
yes,
and this is what you.
No, but what you present about Guru Maharaj, that he's not going out and he wants you to stay back and you stay with him.
And it was at this time when I was with him.
Yeah, and it was when he was already a little older.
Yes. Yes, I am also a little older.
Oh, yes, maybe. No, but this point I feel was not properly presented.
Yeah, should I preach how Guru Maharaj did at the beginning? He was walking 15 kilometers in a village for 25 kilo rice, and by food he walked back. This was also what he was doing. He built many temples. But this was, there's no question, this was his nature, and everybody has his nature. It is just a question, you know, what I'm doing for Krishna or what is for my personal interest. I can do everything for Krishna. Arjuna, even Krishna told him, you should kill Karna. He did it because Krishna told him. But he did not want. He wanted to go in the forest and meditate and become a yogi. We have to open, not see. We are all individuals, we have all different, but this is the thing is, whatever we may do, we should always with the consciousness, I do it for my Gurudev and I do it for pleasing Krishna. This is the point, this is the whole thing. Because externally, Parikram is an external activity, more or less. You hear many stories, you can tell so many stories, Krishna stories on pastimes, but really benefit, realization you will not get only by hearing these stories.
No, this is not the point. Anyway, we will not understand what they speak. But we visit, according to the instruction of Gurudev, we visit the holy places where Krishna has his pastimes in the association of loving devotees. This is very much recommended by Bhakti.
Yes.
So we do this, and by the way, sometimes they speak Hari Katha or Lila Katha maybe, but we will not understand much there. But we go to the holy places where the associates of Radha and Krishna and Mahaprabhu have performed pastimes. So this is what is. When you do it in the proper spirit.
Even Mahaprabhu did. He traveled to India, South India,
So this
for a few years.
you have to do it in the proper consciousness, as service.
This is the important point.
Yeah. I completely agree.
Yeah.
You should do it like this, then you will make advancement.
Yes, you will see when you come to Radhakund, you will cry because Radharani is there. She's hurt, this is not different. But if you go there and on the other side you see the shop with the apples and bananas or with whatever, then this is more important than Radhakund and Radharani. She can laugh about this. This is good. We don't want to. That is a good sign when you understand. This is the beginning.
Sorry, I didn't want to expand the time so much by my inquiry.
Ja, ist, hast du es einmal gesagt, aber ist gut. Hat sich eh schon gestaut. Ja.
Oh, dieses, was ich schon ein paar Mal erzählt habe, das musste ich irgendwann mal sagen, das ist nicht ganz so.
Du musst alles so zulassen, wie es kommt.
Yeah, yeah. No, but yes, as
Neutral. Yes. The same way you will find those gurus or those who give us satisfaction for our bodily comfort, for our mental, but not necessary for our spiritual life.
Nur, dass ich das richtig verstehe. Parikram und
Habe ich dich getroffen?
Ja, ganz gut. Heilige Plätze, Besuch und so, ist alles jetzt nicht schlecht, ist gut und erwünscht. Bringt nur nichts, wenn ich nur Sightseeing mache.
Magst du das?
Ja, teilweise schon.
Ja, yes. Das haben wir gerade gelesen jetzt. Dass das nicht viel bringt.
Okay, wolltest du nur
Was soll man machen?
wolltest du nur wiederholt haben.
I have a question, Gurudev. What does it mean to stay with Gurudev?
And this is not a good point.
What does it mean really? I don't know, because I'm on the wall with you, but I'm so far away from you. You know it. So what does it mean to stay with Gurudev?
If you want to know this, then you have to follow what we are reading. Gurudev is not far away. Krishna is not far away. It is just that we look in the fourth direction. He is always here. But if your mind is always in the outside world, you will not find Guru, not find Krishna, not. If you follow the order of Gurudev and serve him and ask in a humble mood question, then he will reveal to you. He will reveal that we are always with Gurudev and Krishna, step by step. I tell you this now, but you cannot understand it. But you got the knowledge theoretically. Practically, you have to do something. You cannot go in disco and then this and that and whatever. And I give just an example, you know. And then in the evening you come to the program and expect that Krishna. Or you look the whole life for your sense gratification, and then as Hopi in the evening, well, Ekadashi is for example. You come for prasad. This will not be enough, but it will. Prasad is powerful, yes. Yes, we have all good qualities, all of you. But we have to focus that we should do everything, what we do, what we think, everything should focus. That it is, if we do it for pleasing the Lord, pleasing Nitai, Guru and Gurudev, and the saints, real saints. We have to first also understand who is a saint. This is not everybody who wears saffron or who is old with beard or something, that they are all saints. Real saints, if you get on a higher plane, you will realize. Saints can see who is a saint. We cannot see, materialists, we cannot see this. Can you follow this? Accept? we must become sincere. We must develop faith. Yes, it is like this. And we cannot accept it because we think I am now 2 years, 3 years, or maybe 20 or 30 years, and I have no connection with Krishna or Guru. There is something wrong, some mistake in our thinking, in our how we do it, how we practice. Like Radharani, here in Vrindavan, in Barsana, Radhakund. Srimati Radharani is here, but we cannot see her. She is always there. Not you cannot see, but she can see us. She can see us. And if she wants, she can show herself. She may talk to you. Krishna may talk to you. He can see, but you cannot see. Only if she wants or he wants. And we cannot cheat him. You cannot come with good arguments. Heart must be pure, completely pure. It is
1 hour, 2 minutes.
what?
1 hour, 2 minutes.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, shoot.
Wir sollten nicht die Schuld in anderen suchen, habe ich gehört.
Das hast du gemerkt. Aber das gilt nur für die anderen, für dich nicht. Das ist unser Mind. Okay, we can stop here. Jai Sri Gurudev ki Jai Sri Vasitha Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai Nitai Gaur Brahmanandi Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaivacha Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.